If you had to make one decision today, one move that could shape your financial future for the next decade, would you really know where to put your money? Because right now, we're standing at a crossroads. On one side, you have the stock market, proven, powerful, and backed by decades of growth. On another, you have crypto, fast, volatile, and capable of life-changing returns or devastating losses. And then there's real estate, the traditional wealth builder, slow but solid. The asset class that has created more millionaires than almost anything else. 3 paths, 3 completely different outcomes. And the truth is, most people are choosing blindly. They're not investing based on strategy. They're investing based on noise. So in this video, I want to break this down in the simplest, most honest way possible. No hype, no bias, just clarity. Because by the end of this, you won't just know which one is best, you'll know which one is best for you in 2026. Let's start with the stock market. Now, the stock market is interesting because it's the most misunderstood and the most accessible at the same time. People think it's risky, unpredictable, almost like gambling. But that's only true if you don't understand what you're doing. Because when you zoom out, the stock market is one of the most consistent wealth-building tools ever created. You're not just buying numbers on a screen, you're buying ownership in real companies. Companies that are building technology, selling products, growing revenue, and expanding globally. And here's what makes 2026 particularly interesting. We are entering a phase where artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and automation are not just trends anymore. They are becoming infrastructure. That means the companies leading these sectors are not just growing, they are becoming essential. And when something becomes essential, it tends to dominate. Now, here's the advantage of the stock market. It's liquid. You can enter and exit anytime. You don't need huge capital to start. You can diversify across industries, countries, and sectors. And over the long term, it has historically delivered strong returns. But let's be honest, it's not perfect. Markets fluctuate. Prices drop. Emotions take over. And if you're reacting instead of planning, you can lose money quickly. So the stock market rewards patience, discipline, and long-term thinking. Now let's shift to crypto, because this is where things get intense. Crypto is not just an asset class, it's a movement. It's challenging traditional finance, redefining ownership, and creating entirely new systems. And the reason people are drawn to crypto is simple. Speed. You can see massive gains in a very short period of time. We've seen people turn small investments into huge returns almost overnight. But here's the part nobody wants to talk about. The same speed that creates gains also creates losses. Crypto is highly volatile. Prices can swing dramatically based on sentiment, regulation, or even a single tweet. And in 2026, crypto is entering a very important phase. It's moving from speculation to utility. That means projects with real use cases, payments, smart contracts, decentralized finance are gaining attention, while hype-driven coins are fading out. So the opportunity is still there, but it's becoming more selective. You can't just invest in anything and expect results. You need understanding. You need conviction. And most importantly, you need risk control. Because crypto is not forgiving to emotional decisions. Now let's talk about real estate. This is the slowest of the 3, but also one of the most powerful. Real estate has a unique advantage. It's tangible. You can see it, touch it, use it. And it generates income. Rental income. Long-term appreciation. Leverage opportunities. This is why so many wealthy individuals build their portfolios around property. Because it creates stability. Now in 2026, real estate is going through its own transformation. Interest rates, inflation, and urban development patterns are shifting the landscape. some areas, prices are cooling. In others, demand is rising rapidly. So unlike stocks or crypto, real estate is highly location dependent. The opportunity isn't everywhere. It's specific. And here's the challenge. Real estate requires capital. It's not as liquid. You can't just sell instantly. It involves maintenance, management, and long-term commitment. But if done correctly, it creates something powerful. Cash flow and asset appreciation at the same time. Now here's where most people get it wrong. They try to pick one. Stock market or crypto. Crypto or real estate. Real estate or stocks. But that's the wrong question. Because smart investors don't choose one. They build a system. They understand that each asset class serves a different purpose. Stocks are for growth. Crypto is for high-risk, high-reward opportunities. Real estate is for stability and income. And when you combine them correctly, you create balance. Now let's talk about strategy. Because this is where everything changes. If you're someone with limited capital, flexibility matters. That makes stocks and crypto more accessible. You can start small. Learn fast. Adjust quickly. If you're someone looking for long-term security and consistent income, real estate becomes more attractive. But here's the key insight. Your strategy should match your stage. Early stage, focus on growth and learning. Mid-stage, focus on diversification. Advanced stage, focus on preservation and income. And this is where 2026 becomes important. Because we are not in a stable, predictable environment. We are in a transition phase. Technology is accelerating. Global economies are shifting. New opportunities are emerging, and old systems are being challenged. That means flexibility is more valuable than ever. You don't want to be locked into one idea. You want to be adaptable. Now let's address the biggest mistake people make. They wait. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect price, the perfect signal. But here's the truth. There is no perfect time. There is only informed action. Because while you're waiting, markets are moving. Opportunities are passing. And time, the most powerful asset you have, is being lost. So instead of asking, where should I invest everything? Ask a better question. How can I start building exposure? Because exposure creates experience. Experience creates confidence. And confidence leads to better decisions. Let me give you a simple way to think about it. Imagine your financial life as a system, not a single move. You allocate a portion to stocks for steady growth, a smaller portion to crypto for upside potential, and if possible, you work toward real estate for long-term stability. Over time, you adjust, you rebalance, you learn. And that's how wealth is actually built. Not through one perfect decision, but through consistent, strategic actions. Now I want you to think about your own situation. Not someone else's. Not what's trending. Not what social media is hyping. Your situation. Your income. Your risk tolerance. Your goals. Because the best investment is not the one that performs the best on paper. It's the one you can stick with. The one you understand. The one that aligns with your long-term vision. And that's the difference between people who build wealth and people who chase it. So if you're looking at 2026 and wondering where the opportunity is, here's the real answer. It's not in choosing between stocks, crypto, or real estate. It's in understanding how to use each one intelligently. Because the future doesn't belong to one asset class. It belongs to those who can navigate all of them. So don't get stuck in the debate. Don't get caught in the noise. Start building. Start learning. Start positioning yourself. Because the sooner you step into the game, the sooner you stop watching others win. And that's when everything changes. I'll see you in the next one.